Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now, while I'm waiting, I'm just going to sort out a few things here because I've got so much stuff on my table that I am bound to drop loads of things. So while I'm waiting for you all to join, I'm just going to move what I don't need out of the way. Hello everyone. I've filmed my Sam Bunting update. I just haven't got round to uploading it yet. I've been rather tired. Hello. Hello. 2 of you have joined me. Hello. Hello, Shahina. And I want to say, hello, Bushra. I'm feeling a bit better. It's the change in weather. It always sort of helps to flare up my pain levels, but I'm a bit better. Hello, Nicola Lombardo. Hello. And hello. Oh, and Bushra's there as well. So I've called this today Avon calling because I bought some Avon, and just to give you a little bit of a background, it brings back a lot of memories. Hello there, Emma. Hello, and I've got me cup of tea. It takes me back, Avon, to a number of years ago. To be precise, about 36 years ago, because at the age of 14, yes, you do the maths, I am that old. At the age of 14, I was loving makeup even then, and I wanted to earn money to save up for a car. Hello Suzanne. So I was an Avon rep when I was 14 years old. I don't know if you remember that, Suzanne, but I was, and my mum stood as guarantor because you couldn't just do Avon if you were 14 without having a parent to stand guarantor in case you got into debt or whatever. So, yeah. So my mum stood guarantor, yes, and I did Avon a number of years ago. And I was thinking, now what happened was a friend of mine that, in fact, probably the only person that I've kept in touch with, not in a big way, but over kind of social media, from my days training as an opera singer, is somebody called Cheryl Cree. And Cheryl has become an Avon rep. And so I thought, I want to support her. Hello there, Rebecca. I'm going to support her. I'm going to order from Cheryl and try out some of these products. And there was a particular range that interests me. And it's this new range that are out by Lisa Armstrong, and she is a makeup artist. You can have a look on Avon's website. She's a makeup artist, and she's brought out this range that looks very similar to Charlotte Tilbury, and it's made in Italy. So I thought, oh, got to try me some of that. So I just thought I'm going to order a foundation. I ordered 2 because if you buy 2, you get 2 for £20. And of course, we always get the wrong shade. So I ordered the 2 that I thought were the closest match. And this is called Skin Visible Foundation. So I thought I'd try that. Haven't tried it yet. Only arrived this morning. And so Skin Visible Foundation, and it says that it reveals radiant skin with this lightweight, naturally luminous liquid foundation, buildable, cashmere soft formula, glides on for a luxuriously flawless finish. And I also ordered 2 of what Charlotte would call colour chameleons. These you got 2 for £16, and these are the shades. Now this one here looks quite similar to the one that I was using the other day called Amethyst Aphrodisiac, or the one I swatched the other day. Let me just show you Amethyst Aphrodisiac. This one, it's probably nothing quite like that one on Charlotte Tilbury, but they do a gold that is very like Bet. So while I'm getting that, I'm going to come and say hello to you all. So you all know that I love using these, either one as a very quick kind of eye makeup look when I'm in a hurry. They're great on their own. But 2, they also are great for using as a base for your eye makeup because they help your eye makeup stick, particularly if you have hooded lids. They're not as good as eyeliners, but they're the next best thing. So let me just show you Amethyst Aphrodisiac. This is it. Now, what I would say, having just tested these on my hand, so this one is called Crystal Quartz. And I think there's about 6 shades Avon do. And this one is called Firecracker. And by the way, just in case, I want to say hello to my sister Lucy. She's very shy, so if she does come on and watch me live, she probably won't say hello because she's quite shy. But if you are there, Lucy, hello. I'm sure all the Ali Pallies will say hello to you as well. Now, this is Amethyst Aphrodisiac. Let me just swatch it next to it. See, look. Look at that. Very, very similar indeed. Now, the Amethyst Aphrodisiac is about, what, £17 on its own? And I got these two for 16. And they do some that are even cheaper than that on Avon as well. They do other brands. But look at that. So that everyone's saying hello to you, Lucy, just in case you're there. I don't think there's an equivalent to this one yet, unless it's the one in the Advent calendar. I'm so tempted to get that Advent calendar. Who got the Advent calendar? I know that Stacey's got it. Who else has got the Advent calendar? Hello, Stacey. Is there anyone I haven't said hello to yet? Right, let me just run through and make sure that I've said hello to everyone. Hello, Shahina. Hello, Bushra. Hello, Nicole. And is it Nicole? Nicole, probably, if you're from Italy. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Emma. Hello, Stacey. Yes, it is sold out on her website. You can still get it on other websites. So I'm still tempted, but it's a lot of money and I've got a lot of the stuff. But then I'll use a lot of the stuff. So, and I like the storage. Hello, Tria. So I'm going to try this foundation. Now, I did swatch both of these on my arm. I got shade 40 and shade 50. And the swatches look a lot darker in the catalogue, which I kind of knew. So because I used to do Avon. So it was a number of years ago, as I said, when I was 14. But I actually think makeup from Avon is quite good. And it's very reasonably priced. And I have considered becoming an Avon rep, but I just don't want to get exclusive to a brand now that I'm doing my channel. Because I think when you become a rep, you really need to be exclusive and just recommend their products. The Charlotte Tilbury one, what are we talking about here? You know I'm going to get the calendar. Well, do you know what? I've resisted it on previous years. But I like the storage and I like the fact that there's a colour chameleon in there that I can't get anywhere else. So I've actually never bought a Charlotte Tilbury Advent calendar up to now. I have actually resisted them. But I'm very tempted. I'm not going to buy it. So Tria's not buying it. Oh, Nicole's in the US. Oh, but you are Italian. I was about to say buongiorno. Right, so let me just show you. So she actually says, this Lisa Armstrong, I think she's done telly makeup. I've forgotten where she's done it now. But if you look her up on the Avon website, you'll see. But she's a makeup artist. She actually says, oh, I buy a cool shade and a warm shade and I mix them together. So I got one cool and one warm because I'm actually neutral. I think the cool shade looks too light for me, but I'll show it you anyway. This is shade 40. And I would say this is about probably, although it's coolish. I would say it's probably, mind you, I think the 40s are supposed to be warm, that this is probably about an NC 25. But you can see that's going to be too fair for me. Although I could get away with putting that under my eyes. And then this is shade 50, which I think is going to be a better match for me. This one. And I've done my nails for you all this morning. Still probably not quite dark enough. But that's a problem with the swatches on Avon website. They always look a lot darker than they really are. And it's been the case ever since I did Avon. But I'm sure this one I can get it to match. So I'm going to use that. But look at that. That's Charlotte Tilbury and that's Avon. Let's see, now that they've dried on. The Avon, that's Charlotte Tilbury's. Let's see, is the Avon one going to do the same? Yeah, look. Can you tell the difference between Charlotte Tilbury and Avon? Now, if you buy one, they're £10, but if you buy two, they're 16. Right, let me just try and put some of this on. And I'm going to use Charlotte's Hollywood brush to put it on. Right, shade 50. Hopefully it doesn't make me look too pale. I'm just going to dot it on and then... Actually, it's not too bad. So just be aware, if you are going to order this from Avon, that the swatches look a lot darker than they really are. And unfortunately, when you Google swatches, all you get, swatches of this foundation, it's all you get is the, actually the ones that are in the catalogue. No reps have actually swatched them. So let's just try this. And it's buildable. Apparently it claims to be buildable up to full coverage. It feels very similar in formula to the Flawless foundation, Charlotte's Flawless one. And it wouldn't surprise me because they're both made in Italy, if they're made in the same factory. I think this is pretty good. I've always liked Avon foundations. And actually, Avon foundation was the first that I ever used. So I used to have a round, because you used to have a round in those days. You don't have to now. So I was given a road to sell to. And I used to put on all the makeup. And people go, oh, what's that lipstick you're wearing? And of course, it was always Avon, so that I could sell. So I sold a lot like that. And I was invited to a conference the first month that I did it, because I was the best saleswoman in the area. And can you imagine? So we went to this Holiday Inn in Brentwood, which is where I'm from originally. And there were all these women that had been that were a lot older than me. I was 14. They were like in their 30s that had been doing Avon for years. And it was my first month, and I'm 14 years of age. And I was brought up to the front and congratulated on being the best saleswoman of the month. And boy, did I feel daggers in the audience. But it's because I used to put the makeup on. And people say, oh, I like that lipstick. And of course, it was Avon. And it surprised me how many Avon reps just don't wear the stuff when they're going round. I could sell you anything. Oh, well, that's nice to hear, but it also gives me a lot of responsibility, because I want to make sure that I recommend things that you're going to like as well. Right, so that is the Avon. I'm just going to see, it's saying you can build it up to full coverage. So I'm just going to take some more and I'm going to dot it around this area here. And see if I can just get a bit better coverage in my cheek peak area where I've got my pigmentation by stippling. I'd say it's very slightly too pale for me, but nothing that a bit of bronzer can't sort out. So Tria, if you're interested in this, I would go for 60 at least. Shade 60 at least, if not 70. I think the even numbers are supposed to be warm, and the odd number, like, they're all even, aren't they, if they're 30, 40, but what I mean is 20, 40 and 60 are warm, and 30, 50, 10, they're the cool ones. I don't know if there is a 10. Not bad. Not bad. What do you think, guys? Let's try a bit of the lighter one under my eyes. I'm dying to try this. It's not a colour chameleon, I know. What do they call it? A dazzle stick eye pencil. I'm dying to try it. I'm not going to use the purple one, though, because I've got red on today. Do you like my nails? I did them all just for you. Right, so this is shade 40, which is going to be too pale for me, but I'm going to use it as a concealer under my eyes. It'll be fine for that. The thing is, when you become a rep, it would really be frowned upon if I had a YouTube channel and I was actually showing other brands. They kind of expect you to be loyal to the brand. There isn't, like, though, I'm sure they wouldn't do anything bad, but it's an expectation, and I don't want to do that, because of the feedback I get from you guys is what you love about my channel is that I remain impartial. That's the feedback I've had, and I think that's really important, and it's what I look for when I watch a channel. Is I don't want to see anything that might make me think that they're not being objective. That's not bad. I don't know whether I would say that you could build this up. It's very good coverage. I would say it's medium to full. I wouldn't say it's completely full. Maybe if I stippled it all over with, let's just do a little bit just to try this. If I stippled it all over, I'm just using the darker shade now on my cheek peak with a beauty blender. Maybe you could build it up. It's very light though, and it dries down very quickly. It doesn't feel tacky on the skin, and it feels very light. So I'm quite impressed with Avon, and it's not bunching up as quickly on my eyes. They'll always bunch up a bit because of my hoodedness, but it doesn't, it feels like my own skin. So very good. 2 for £20, you can't say fairer than that. I think one is 16, but why wouldn't you get two if you can get two for 20 quid? Especially when you don't know what the colours are like. So that's shade 50, that is shade 40. I would say actually shade 40 is about a kind of shade 5.5 in Charlotte Tilbury. I would say, Rebecca, that would work on you, that shade. You do really like it? Yes, it goes patchy. Yes, I've done my video. I'm going to talk about that in depth, about what I think has gone wrong with it. And I think once they sort it out, I think it's to do with the fact that it's not emulsifying the ingredient. I'll tell you more in my Dr. Sam video, which is about to go out. But I think they've got the pigment and they've got the sunscreen ingredients, and there's something wrong in terms of the emulsifiers. And I saw it. I slowed down me applying it, and you could see that they split apart from one another. So the the pigment just disappears, and what you get is the white sunscreen, and so that's why it's looking too fair on me. So yeah, but I think actually when I've been wearing it under makeup, it really gives your skin a lovely finish. So I think once they sort out the problem, it will be fine. So I didn't get any. I thought I'm just going to get the foundation for now and see what it's like, because as I said, it's been many years since I bought Avon, and it's not disappointed me so far, and that has dried down really, really quickly. So I'm really pleased with that. And I'm going to use let me use some of my Laura Mercier loose setting powder. I've got all 3 shades now. I've got Glow, I've got Honey, and you know what? I think I'm going to use a bit of Honey. Honey can look a bit too dark on me, but now somebody wanted me to review Honey, the Honey powder by Laura Mercier, and I don't know if she meant this one. I'm going to have to check that out, but you'll see that the Honey one can have a tendency. I tend to use this around the periphery of my face, but at the moment I think I'm looking a bit pale anyway, and that is a tad too pale, that shade for me. So I'll just warm up my complexion by putting it all over. And I've used the foundation as well in the lighter shade, the Avon one, as a concealer. And it works quite well as a concealer. It's not settling into fine lines. Look at that. It's not settled into fine lines at all. So I'm very impressed with this foundation. And I'm quite relieved because I'm nearly out of my airbrush Flawless foundation. And I really could do without the expense of that at the moment. The expense of refills of things that I've already got, because I like to bring you new stuff to show on my channel, rather than stuff you've seen me use a million times before. So this will tide me over quite nicely. This Laura Mercier is lovely. Oh look, the lighting's going to go nuts again. Hello Mum. Suzanne, we have a standing joke that I don't think you were party to. I often think my mum's joining me on my lives, and when my lighting goes funny, we all say, hello Mum. And I've won or come into free makeup on my birthday and at Christmases every year since she died. I did a video about it, so I'm convinced that my mum is supporting my channel. So this foundation that we are talking about, that I have just applied, which I have to say my first impression is I'm very impressed, is the Lisa Armstrong Skin Visible Foundation by Avon Cosmetics, because I've just wanted a blast from the past because I used to be an Avon rep. But this is a new line that Avon have done. It's not their cheapest range. You can get cheaper foundations from Avon. This is probably the most expensive of their range, but you can get 2 for £20 right now. They're normally £16 each, but you can get 2 for 20. So I got 2 shades to try, and I've used shade 40 under my eyes, and I've used shade 50. Hello Mum again. I've used shade 50 on the rest of my face, and that is the Laura Mercier honey powder. And I'm going to put now I tell you what I really like about the Glow one. Imagine a hybrid between Laura Mercier powder. Imagine a hybrid between a highlighter and a powder, a bit like the Hourglass. This is lovely. It's probably not enough if you want to use a highlighter on these areas, but it just gives you that really nice glow without it looking like you've stuck highlighter all over your face. Oh, hang on. Somebody went nuts over velvet bags. Who's that? The velvet bags did it. Did I pick up any Lisa Eldridge lipsticks? I didn't. I didn't actually. I haven't dared look at them at the moment because my spending was getting out of control. But I will have a look at them because I love the Lisa Eldridge. I've got her red set. In fact, I could put on her red lipstick today. I was going to put on some YSL. But if you want, I'll put a Lisa Eldridge one on. Isn't Shade Honey powder too dark for you? It probably, normally, Shazia, I use it around the periphery of my face. But today, because that foundation is a little bit pale for me, and I was looking a bit pale, I've used it over my entire face, and it looks fine. But normally, you're right. Normally, I would just put it around the periphery. I've got samples of all the 3 shades. So I got the original one, which is the one I would normally use, Honey and Glow. So today I've just put it around my entire face because my foundation was a bit too light and it was washing me out a bit. So I'm just going to show you this glow. Can you see what I mean? It's not a highlighter glow. What was that? It's not a highlighter glow. It's just will give you a glowy finish. So I like to put this on the highlighted points of my face, but it's not going to make you look like you've got highlighter. It's just going to give you a nice... Oh, Mum. It's because I'm getting too close to the camera. So I like that. You can just put it on the high points there. So I'm really loving the Laura Mercier powder at the moment. Oh, is this for... Oh, you're still talking at Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. I bet they've all sold out now, haven't you? Haven't they? I actually have no idea what I bought. Velvet Muse. Oh, I've got to go and have a look at these. Are they all sold out? You've got 4 velvet bags en route. The velvet bags are nice, aren't they? Look, I've got one. You're going to make me go and have a look afterwards, aren't you? I got the red set a while back. So this is Velvet Ribbon. And one of them I closed on the lipstick. I was so annoyed. This is Velvet Ribbon, which would go quite nicely with what I'm wearing today. I love the formula of these. They are superb. This live is hilarious. Why is it hilarious? Oh, what, the lighting? Velvet Jazz. This is the one, look. I'll put the lid on without turning it down. Silly me. And the other one's Velvet Morning. The site blocked you. And this is Velvet Morning. Actually, that would go nicely as well with what I'm wearing. I think I'll have to put Lisa Eldridge on, won't I? I was going to put some YSL on because I haven't used this on my channel before. That's the YSL one, shade 1. But I think I'll have to put some Lisa Eldridge on for you guys. Right, let's put on this Potential dupe. But I'm not putting the purple one on. I could do. Purple and red don't go too badly together. But I'm going to try this. Now, these are not quite as soft as the Colour Chameleons to apply. But they last just as long. Look. That's Charlotte Tilbury. That's Avon. So once they dry down, they aren't budging. So you have to work with them quickly. So you scribble them on. Blend them in with your fingers. And if you want, you're good to go. But I like to use these as bases, as you know. And I'm getting a bit bored now of Charlotte Tilbury's Colour Chameleons. She needs to bring out new shades, and she needs to release that one in the advent calendar on its own, please. And we want a rose gold one as well. It's a good job you were virtually throwing them in your cart. So that one is called Firecracker. Firecracker. Now, what I thought, what shall I put over it? I like that. Look, and it's dried down. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Good old Avon, we love you. I'm going to get some more of these, different colours. In fact, I'm going to put the purple on as a liner. Now, with these, as with the Colour Chameleons, you should not put them in your waterline. It says quite specifically on these and on Charlotte's Colour Chameleons, they are not for the waterline. Don't know why, but must be something to do with the way that they set the ingredients in them. So no shoving them in your waterline if you've got Colour Chameleon or one of these. Right, now I'm going to put something over the top. I know, I'm going to use, well, actually I did that last week. I was thinking I might put Charlotte Darling in a bit of a matte thing, but I did that last week. So how about I use this? This is Huda Beauty's Ruby Obsession palette. I don't want to go too nuts though, because I want to put red lipstick on, but maybe a couple of these shades. Bye, Stacey. Oh, you've got to go, Stacey. I think Ali will agree. Hang on. You're all chatting away. Let me just come back. Laura Mercier or Charlotte Tilbury? Got to go, Ali. If you see my comments later, let me know. Okay. Right. I would say, I think Laura Mercier, actually. I'm preferring the look of the Laura Mercier. But CT's good. CT's got a nice compact. I don't know what these come. This is the loose powder. I've not tried her pressed powder, so I'm not really comparing like with like. I think they're both good, to be honest. Right. Let me put some. I'm going to try this peachy tone. It's sort of a peachy tone, this one here. And my nail varnish is another one of the OPI Scotland ones from last year. I'm getting in the mood to get some more nail varnishes. This time of the year always gets me in the mood for them. You were wrong, you're sorry, Ali. You're sorry about what? Oh dear. You're wrong about what? What you're saying, Charlotte Tilbury? Oh, yes. No, my CT lipsticks haven't arrived yet, Stacey's saying. And Stacey has sent me swatches of the new Colour Chameleon, which I haven't put up yet, because I'm a naughty girl. that's been in pain. That's my excuse, and it's a valid one. So I'm just using that peachy tone. And then I'm going to put this gold one here, which looks quite similar. I'll put that one on my mobile lid over the top of this Avon, because it actually looks a very similar shade. So this is Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette. CT's not available in the Middle East. I thought she'd set up... Oh, what, the new lipsticks, you mean? I thought she'd set up loads of shops and that in the Middle East. Or have I got that wrong? Oh, you can... Yes, you can buy it via Cult Beauty, because that's international. Oh, that'll do nicely, won't it? And then I'm going to take this one, because I put that purple underneath. I'm just going to go over with a smudge brush and I'll put that one underneath and use it as a liner. This sort of dark plum colour. I love these colours in autumn. I've just bought a corduroy skirt in that colour. Sort of A-line corduroy skirt. I am very impressed with this foundation. Very impressed indeed. I'll be interested to see how well it lasts throughout the day. It's giving a lovely natural look. It doesn't appear to be settling into fine lines. I'm just going to put this matte highlighter up there. This one here. I think that'll do nicely. Put a bit of pillow talk. Yes, Selfridges do CT as well. Ali is back. Ali is back. Oh, it's frozen for you. You wait until Black Friday sales. Now, did anyone find that they'd been unsubbed to me or Rebecca the other day? I know Bushra was. Anyone else? Oh yes, I'm gonna get the Fire Rose squad. Fire Rose squad. Fire Rose quad. And I haven't even seen it yet, but just from the name, I've got to get it. I've got all her quads. So I bought 2 of her lipsticks that are on their way, but I didn't manage to order them until Thursday evening. So I thought there's no point getting next day because I've missed Friday and then there's the weekend. But I got the 2 kissing ones. I didn't get the matte one. And I deliberately haven't looked at Rebecca's review yet. Till I do mine. But Rebecca has got a review up of the new lipsticks if anyone wants to see them and they haven't spotted them yet. Oh, and I want to say a massive congratulations to Rebecca for reaching 1,000. I know it should have happened quite a while ago. But putting all of that frustration aside, congratulations for reaching us out 1,000. Right, so that is my eye makeup done. Now, what do you want? Do you want YSL or Lisa Eldridge lipstick? I have a feeling I know what you're all going to say. While I'm looking at your answers, I'll put my Eldridge. So we have one vote for Eldridge. So Rebecca can go live soon. We kept meaning to do that. I'm just not very good on my laptop. I kept meaning to add Rebecca onto one of my lives, but you've got to be on your laptop. And I couldn't figure out how to do it. But she'll be ready to go live soon. Once they switch her on. You're all going to say Lisa Eldridge, aren't you? Yeah, of course you are. Because that's what you've all been talking about. I think I will do the morning one. Because I think that's the best match to my top. But I tell you what, how's this? I will use the YSL liner. Lisa Eldridge, does she do lip liners? Oh, stop it, my lighting. Let's put a bit of bronzer on. Yes, I can chat away. And you'll see, Rebecca, if you're putting makeup on, it's so difficult to multitask and catch all the comments. I'm just putting some of Charlotte's bronzer on. Well, you know what I'm like. Once I start talking, I get totally distracted. Yes, does she do liners? Lisa Eldridge. You think you've got one? Only in set. But I got a set, the red set, and it didn't have a liner in it. Anyway, this is YSL number 1. And I've got the matching lipstick to this. I'm going to have to go and look at them, aren't I? I think my lips are looking a little bit more pouty since I've been using the Sam Bunting lip product. Because I've been using it twice a day. Okay, I'm going to do Velvet Morning. you off, Shazia? Oh, I thought you were going, which is why. But yes, it's a pleasure having you here. It's a pleasure having you all here. And some of you come on in your lunch break. Some of you watch on replay. Do you know what? I'm always just in awe of people that watch the replay. Because it's so long to watch the replay, and yet so many people do. And I just want to thank everyone for their love and their loyalty. Now, I'm going to put the Climax blush on because I have it here, and I think that will go nicely with this. And it will also warm up my face a bit because I do feel a bit, you know, when you feel pale, you may not look it, but you feel a bit washed out. This is the Climax. This is good if you've got dark skin. It's almost like a bronzer, really. And interesting fact, if you bought the Instant Look in a palette in Beauty Glow, you have this blush because it was in that one. We should do another Charlotte Tilbury quiz, shouldn't we? Oh, yes, it was. It was in that one. That's right. Because I asked another question about this blush on my quiz, which was the only blush that is not in any of Charlotte's original iconic looks, and it was this one. You don't feel like leaving this chat? Oh, that's so sweet. You're going to cook? Cooking anything nice? I made a blocker on my work calendar for Ali's lives. Oh, that's so lovely. Yes, every week at 1 o'clock, unless I have an urgent hospital appointment, but I haven't had any of those recently. So a lot of my other ones, like I can't always commit to because, you know, my pain is not very predictable and I get quite fatigued, as I've done this week, which is why the Sam Bunting one isn't out. So I'm probably not your most reliable YouTuber in terms of a lot of other regular slots, but Wednesday Live I always try and prioritise that, other than for hospital appointments that I need to go to, obviously. And it's so lovely that Suzanne joins me, because Suzanne and I grew up together. Suzanne has known me all my life, all her life, and all my life apart from 6 months. We met when I was 6 months old, and she had just been born. So how's that for a long friendship? Do you know what? I can't help but say Fire Rose Squad, and it's I want to say Fire Rose Squad instead of Fire Rose Quad. Fire Rose Quad. You have to do that break in the middle. This feels lovely on as well. It doesn't feel like you're wearing lipstick. And let's see. It has come off, but it's still there as well. It's very comfortable lipstick to wear. Oh, Stacey's back. She's added Stone Rose to the Christmas collection. That's good. You know, I saw Stoned Rose in one of the other advent calendars. Was it Selfridges? or Liberties. It was either Selfridges or Liberties, I think. Stoned Rose lipstick is in one of the other advent calendars. So, are there any other advent calendars that people... Oh, Bushra's asked a question. Do I think she'll release a new instant look in a palette? That is a good question, Bushra. She normally does at Christmas, doesn't she? Because last year she released... oh, what was the one last year called? Gorgeous Glowing Beauty, wasn't it? Gorgeous Glowing Beauty she released. And the year before she released Smoky Eye Beauty. So yes, she normally does release but then normally what she does is she releases details of all of Christmas releases in about end of August, beginning of September. Because last year she put them all out in display at her foundation launch. So I actually saw them up close and personal at the launch. And then she trickles them out. And I think that's so people, like if she brought them all out together, I would choose which ones to get and I'd be a lot more selective. But when she trickles them out, I'm more likely to buy them all. And I think she knows that. So, but the fact that we haven't seen it yet makes me wonder. Like normally PR would be showing it, people like really. So I'm not sure, but she does normally bring one out at Christmas. Because I think it's a really good Christmas idea as well, because you've got your whole look apart from lipstick in a palette. Yeah, and then she did this really weird thing last year, didn't she? She released Gorgeous Glowing Beauty, and then within a month, she released that Stoned Rose one. So there were 2 instant look in a palettes within quick succession. You don't think she will this year? Who thinks she might release a Pillow Talk instant look in a palette? It's the only thing she hasn't done yet in Pillow Talk. Or a Walk of No Shame instant look in a palette. Oh yes, CT was on last night, wasn't she? And I missed it. Oh, I'll have to look at that on playback. Now, I've never got an advent calendar and I'm very tempted because of the colour chameleon. And when I come off here, I've got to go and pick Jack up from school. But when I come off here, I will post Stacey's swatch of the colour chameleon that is in the advent calendar. You sold your Pillow Talk blush. Don't buy it, Ali. Shahina thinks I shouldn't buy it. And Stacey thinks I should. Right, Shahina, I'm interested to know why you're saying don't buy it. So I know what Stacey's given me all the reasons why I should get it. She said it's beautiful storage. It's got everything you use in it. So I want to hear Shahina's thoughts on why I shouldn't. So I can weigh them both up. I like weighing up. The Advent Calendar by Charlotte Tilbury, Emma. Because it goes on 20% discount in John Lewis. Very true, but I have noticed that a lot of places, including, was it Space NK? A lot of places are selling out of this year's Advent Calendar, whereas last year's one didn't sell very well because she's still selling it this year. So there is a risk with that strategy that it might be sold out before you get to the 20% off at John Lewis. But it's a very good point and it might be worth a risk. I think John Lewis are sold out at the moment. Well, they haven't done in the past. John Lewis haven't. We shall see. Because didn't they have it on, they had it on Feel Unique? Because Stacey told me about that. It's discontinued on CT's site. Oh, well, it said, when I looked a couple of days ago, it said it's out of stock. We'll email you when it's back in stock again. But there are other sites that have it. Selfridges have got it, and John Lewis have got it, and Space NK have got it. Anyway, listen, I'm going to have to go because I have to get to the school mega early because all the disabled bays are taken up by people that are not disabled and don't even have kids that attend that school. And yes, we've moaned about it. The 2 people that need the bays. In fact, there's more than 2 people that need the bays. But the only way to counteract it, because nobody will do anything, is for me to turn up early. And that's when I do all my video editing, when I'm waiting for Jack in the car. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed my trip down memory lane to Avon. I actually think these colour sticks are brilliant. And that is a perfect match for Amethyst Aphrodisiac. By Avon, £10 or 2 for 16. Nothing in it, not on commission. So there's nothing in it for me to sell Avon, not like when I used to and I was on commission. And these foundations, I think that actually looks rather good, and I like the way that it's sunk into the skin and it's not settling into the fine lines under my eyes. 1 for £16, 2 for 20. The Lisa Armstrong collection by Avon. Definitely going to try more of that in the future. Let me know if you do look on the Avon website. Hello, Terry. I'm just saying goodbye to everyone. If anyone's looking on the Avon website and you see something and you think, oh, I wonder what that's like, just drop me a line on under this and say, hey, Ali, can you try the such and such from Avon? Because I want to try a few things just to go down memory lane and revisit Avon. So if there's anything in this collection or anything else that you think I'd like Ali to try that from Avon, then let me know and I will see if I can get it in. Okay, yes. Oh, sorry, Terry. I've got to go because I've got to pick up my little boy from school. But just to summarise what I put on my face. So today I've been trying out the Avon Lisa Armstrong foundation, Invisible Radiance foundation, I think it's called. I've also tried out what I think is a perfect dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury Amethyst Aphrodisiac by Avon for £10, or you can get 2 for 16. And then I've used Laura Mercier powder to set my face. I used the lighter foundation as my concealer. I used Lisa Eldridge Velvet Morning on my lips with a YSL Shade 1 lip liner. And I finished off by using Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer in Tan and the Cheek to Cheek in Ecstasy. Not Ecstasy, the Climax. And I just used a bit of Benefit Precisely My Brow on my brows and Pillow Talk mascara. Oh, and this Ruby Obsessions palette by Huda over the top of the pencil. So I hope that's helpful to everyone. I'll see you all soon. Gotta rush. See you all soon. Love you all. Mwah.